Welcome to another cast and commentary by myself, Bregan123, and my co-host, Goatrix.
Good evening.
We're going to be watching the first matchup of playoffs in the tag team tournament. It's going to be between first seed Xanxus and xXSilverSaintXx and Silver Saint and Monkey20051, who are the 8th seed coming into playoffs. So as it's clearly obvious, lowest seed versus top seed here, Xanxus and xXSilverSaintXx are going to be favored in this matchup. But when we talked about it, if you haven't already tuned into the Club Baroness podcast, we talked about what we need to see from Silver Saint and Monkey in order to pull off the upset win here. We know that they were able to bring in some strong hanging combos with reduced entropy and memory lapse, as well as a vicious balance arsenal to bring their round 4 win and qualify them for playoffs. And Xanxus and xXSilverSaintXx have shown to be weaker to that kind of arsenal type in the past as well. So it's going to be an interesting bit of a mix-up in strengths and weaknesses in this matchup. But in your opinion, Goatrix, what do Silver Saint and Monkey need to do in order to win this matchup?
Basically, they've got to get Xexus and Zanxus off of their game plan and keep it as disruptive as possible in order to win. Because when they are able to execute, Xexus and Zanxus, simply put, they perform very well. If I remember correctly, they're the only team that had a perfect record through the Swiss section, and Monkey and Silver barely made the cut to make it into this part. So they're really going to need to pull out all the stops to put the brakes on Xexus and Xanxus.
Yeah, Monkey and Silver Saint definitely had a tough road getting here and clawed their way in just by the barest margin. But it's going to be a fun matchup, and let's go ahead and get started.
No problem.
Sounds like a little bit of lobby talk. I know that's something I'm very guilty of.
Yeah, we get to hear the good old Phantom Dust music for those listening in who haven't heard enough of it already.
We were rehearsing.
Sounds like they're talking about their rehearsal matches.
Yeah, I was actually playing Monkey and Silver Saint before this match.
Friday nights is usually our thing, but I was like, well, let's get this out of the way early this week.
Good plan, Monkey. Good plan.
Yeah.
It's funny because I played them a couple nights. I think we actually both played them a couple nights ago together, and they were not exactly enthusiastic about their chances. Hopefully they're downplaying that and they're coming in fully prepared for tonight.
Yeah, we played them the other night, and then I played them
we'll let
tonight as
Bregan
well.
do the commenting, and we'll let him post it.
Oh, how sweet.
It's like they're fully aware of what's going to happen.
We're going to turn voice chat off, but if you guys need us, send us a message or, cool.
How polite, how kind, how quaint.
Oh. We are banning highway, and you guys are banning city.
Okay, so we're going to be banning highway and city, so we'll be starting on Palace, then have Panorama.
Yep, Palace, Panorama, Refinery.
Okay. I'm interested to see Panorama because I don't know if you remember what they ran on Panorama against us, but they played it again against me and Guinan earlier today, and it's pretty rough.
Are you talking about Saint and Monkey, or talking about Xexus?
Yeah, you remember when we played them the other night and what they ran on Panorama?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, I think it'll be interesting because it's crippling. They beat us again on Panorama today.
You just got to be ready.
Alright, well, here's another low aura start. But he does have Tiger Strength Twist Laser, and he's got Monkey in firing range.
He actually has a fairly playable hand, all things considered. He's only one off from the Throttle Blaster. Looks like Xexus is not very much. Oh, what? Oh, did he get erased? I missed that.
Yeah, but he lost the Slide Laser, or excuse me, the Twist Laser to the Dark Hole, as well as the Stone Shot to the Dark Hole. He also overwrote his. Oh, I'm getting pause.
But it looks
your video, son of a bitch. Why is it not loading? Are you telling me a YouTube video can't load?
What?
It stopped. Alright, can you sync up at 150?
Yeah, let me scroll back. 150. Okay.
Alright, well, I think we're just going to go ahead and go with this. We'll just run.
That's fine.
Apologize to the viewers, but here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Okay, so yep, we're back to right before. Yep, he hasn't lost it yet, but his hand's not bad. I mean,
yeah,
that actually frees him up to draw more stuff. Plus, right now nobody's on a really good aura start outside of Monkey, and Monkey has no offense to do anything. However, you do see he has an environmental in hand, so...
Yeah, I'm interested to see what they're going to lay down here. He already picked up his second Tiger Strength, too, so if he gets Turbulence, that's probably his last Tiger Strength. I don't know many people who are willing to run 3.
I barely know anyone who's going to run 2. Personally, I don't. And there goes a... It has no effect.
Most times I run 2.
Okay, so it looks like Monkey's now got stuff to hang. I'm actually kind of surprised that Xanxus didn't go use the neutralization to start blowing up environmental pieces, which he should be doing right now.
They should be breaking everything, honestly.
Yeah, once I see a light blue in hand that I don't feel comfortable dealing with, then I start breaking stuff. And clearly, like, nobody's bringing enough offense right now to make it. Yeah, but I think that was more to stop Monkey's approach. There sounds like a turbulence. There's a but that's fine because it eliminates Monkey's hand.
I mean, that's also pretty bad for Xanxus.
You can live without the Tiger Strength. I'd rather lose the Tiger Strength there and get rid of the potential environmental.
That is his last Tiger Strength. To be fair, he can't break that Dark Hole now.
However, he doesn't need to with Aura Backflow.
He breaks
Monkey.
Where there's a Flash Hole or where there's a Dark Hole, there's almost always an Angel's Wing, so...
There's not in Monkey's hand, though, right now, so he can burst break Monkey instead with it. Like, right now, this is not a great position for... It sounded like a Death or something. It sounded like one of the but Kai close range skills. Not like Aura Backflow. Sound like a Dancing Death or something like that.
We've seen this arsenal out of Xanxus before. He's lost the Slide, the Twist...
Yeah, he still has Aura Backflow though, and Monkey's, I think, he might have a defense for it now. But he just barely dodged. However, both Monkey and Silver are on 9 health each. I'm not sure how bad that turbulence hurt, but I'm really thinking it slows them down.
Well, Silver's pretty low on capsules. His
He's
memory
at
battle's got to be hitting pretty hard now, because he does have memory of battle, if you haven't seen it.
Yeah. I heard it. However, he's getting hit pretty hard, and...
Silver is catching a lot of attacks that he shouldn't.
Yeah, the other problem is that with both Xexus and Xanxus playing wheelers, the memory, while it does hurt, they're going to have to work a lot harder to make it hit. Ooh, Aura Cannon with 7 Aura. Yeah, this...
That'll be a good way to break the Dark Hole.
Oh yeah, it's a worthwhile trade-off. Or just, you could break your face. Ouch. Alright, however, it's going to be an easy pickup.
He does make the pickup.
Yeah, that's an easy one.
Takes
that's why he's not too worried about the Dark Hole.
Silver Saint's down to 4 capsules.
Yep, and they're both really low on health. It's definitely looking like...
Caught the Aura Backflow, that's 1 down.
How many capsules is he at? I can barely
Xanxus
see.
has to be starting to get low on capsules, or on attacks.
No, he's at
not on capsules, but attacks.
No, the way he builds his arsenals, he has like 9+ attack. He has like 7 to 8 attacks. There's one thing I say, the dude packs. He has like lunches for the whole team. And if Xexus builds the same way, then that's that's actually kind of an interest. Oh my goodness. See, that's kind of an interesting idea, is that while, yes, they are overriding more skills, the fact of the matter is they have more resources to draw upon by doing so. And so far, Monkey and Saint did not punish them for it at all. In fact, they were the ones on the back foot, and they're still really far behind at this point.
That was a good cartwheel out of Silver Saint.
Yeah. But it was kind of an awkward range. Yeah.
Oh, that was close.
Yeah,
it's getting tight here.
It is a little late on that Aura Backflow. And see, that's the second one.
Oh, he does catch Monkey.
Yep.
And the eraser. Can they finish? We've seen Xanxus and Xexus have issues closing out before.
But it's, I think at this point they're fine because Saint has no attacks left right now.
Oh!
Oh, why?
That was dirty. Silver Saint with the clutch pickup. Monkey's back in it.
Okay, they're... Oh, Saint's down again. Okay, he's got it. They both got attacks
Monkey
now.
Monkey still has dash.
That's the saving grace, because right now both Xexus and Zanxus still have a lot of capsules left, whereas Saint.
Oh, that right there.
Oh,
Oh, we definitely see
Yeah.
the lag come into play.
yeah, and I hate to say it because I know it's beyond most people's control, but God, the lag. Yeah, you can see 7 attacks, 7+ attacks.
We saw
7
him
attacks
lose
with Zarxus.
4 or 5 there.
But that's okay because if you take a couple shields in the process, if both players are packing 14 attacks between them, that's a lot of shields to go through.
I think he lost like 4 attacks to the same dark hole though.
I don't think he lost that many.
He lost 2 lasers and a throttle blaster, and then something else must have broken it.
I think something from Xanxus broke it, but yeah, see, like
Yeah, I mean that's 4 attacks to 1 dark hole. That's pretty rough.
yeah, but it wasn't obviously that big of a deal because they never stopped having offense.
All right, we see them leading with Ricochet here.
Yep.
If Monkey and Silver Saint looks like they're running what I think they're running, this could come back to bite them.
But I think they're trying, which is what I think they tried to run last round too, or something like it. Looks like everyone has a 3 aura start. Nothing really happening right now.
Yep, they're going for the hang, and it's not too hard to do here. And given the combo, I don't think Xanxus is going to have much to go on after this.
Well, and the
We'll
problem
have the
is they have
Lucifer Zero.
Yeah, but the problem is right now they're literally doing nothing to stop it.
Yeah, well, if
Zanxus
you're a
is
double
just-
cartwheeler, there's really nothing you can do to stop a hang.
Well, you
Panorama.
can start attacking and breaking stuff. They just don't. The problem is they had nothing to attack and break with. Okay,
Yeah.
so they're gonna place a bullet. Meanwhile, Bubble of Fire.
Yeah, that shatter is going to hurt. He already
Yeah.
overwrote the Lucifer's Arrow, which was... I have almost the same exact arsenal, and yeah, Lucifer's Arrow is about the only answer you have, and if you lose that...
Yeah, it's looking
Unless-
pretty.
Yeah,
it's
unless
looking
they have a
pretty bad
judgment
for 'em.
hidden in there, I'm going to have to go ahead and give this an early call.
Yeah, and if this plays anything like when we played it the other night, Monkey will have an orb, and you can burn a lot of life trying to get around that.
The Fisto's packed, he's going to try and find it.
If he has it. Let's see.
He does have it.
Oh, good.
Oh, he doesn't get it!
Oh, he
Oh, that
was
hurts.
bad.
That hurt to watch.
However, the good news is that they're not getting pressured that hard that they can't afford to. They're not that far behind. Oh, I would.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, he's lost both of his ricochet lasers.
But they still have attacks, and there's
I mean, he's
Xanxus
down
is-
to 9 capsules and a Will-O-the-Wisp. Like that's
But
looking
Xanxus
pretty dark.
is at 14 with full health though, full health, and Silver is at half. So that means that there's still some fight in them, and there is still a possibility to draw that judgment. So they're not out of it yet, and it's a bad
I
spot.
think
Ooh, yeah.
Monkey's
Xanxus
got a
is-
yellow at this point, so draw
He's
the
probably
judgment
got
if
the
you
orb.
will. Yeah.
Yeah, he's probably gonna have to kill himself in the process. But Monkey's also at fairly low aura, and Xanxus is putting up a pretty good fight against both of them, and that's where I worry because, once again, as I said earlier, when you have to fight them straight up, you better outfight them, and they're not. They're not outfighting them. They got the gimmick down, but the gimmick's
He's
only...
holding on to that Armoros for dear life.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the skills I would have got rid of already.
Yeah.
But now it may not be such a bad idea. Like if they can get it,
I mean, it'll be really impactful, and honestly, if he doesn't have any attacks left, that might be the most impactful thing he can do.
now things are gonna get
His
ugly.
judgment has popped up, so when he's up in the
Yeah.
live, he can start trying to judgment. Monkey's
he's
at
gonna
0. I would have rushed to do it right now.
Well,
He's too late now.
Give him a minute.
He only tried once, didn't get it.
That's fine.
Realizing the orb.
Yeah, you're not gonna do it then. He
Got so close.
what he really needed there was to have Xexus attack Monkey and force him to defend.
Yeah, they needed
Like-
to coordinate that better if they were going to actually get
Yeah.
it down.
Yeah, because
I mean, as it is, even if he gets it down, I think Monkey's just got a flash hole, and I think that's just about ripping pieces for Zanxus' attacks.
I don't think they're out of it. I think they should still, like, he's at 4 capsules yet. That's really bad.
Oh, he does
but-
have the reincarnation now. That's
And it just
something
took-
you could use. If you're willing to drop something, you could use it.
Drop. I mean, I know you. In this case, I dropped the Will-O-Wisp because you have more than enough aura to sustain the reincarnation. If you get the Armoros, great. That actually puts you way far ahead in this match.
Silver
Monkey
Saint
doesn't
has a
have an
nice
attack.
manual there.
Yes, he did. This is Now this is bad. But the good news, they're having to wait. Oh, Monkey's got so much aura now. I don't know if they're
Silver
gonna be able to
Saint,
pop it.
I'm pretty sure still has a shatter.
I'm pretty sure he does. I would hope he wouldn't drop it. Like honestly, at this point, Xanxus needs to go get that reincarnation. Like just drop the Will-O-Wisp. You're getting the same damage, so you're not.
He may
losing.
not realize that he could use it. I mean, it's a bit of a rookie mistake not to, but maybe he doesn't know he can use it. That's the only explanation I can think of, because at this point you have, like, one of those abilities can go.
Yeah, at this point, like I said, for me
Definitely
the
Willow would be my choice. Maybe
you know,
the
I mean,
Judgment.
I would probably go either Willow or Armoros because at this point, unless you have a freeze for Monkey, he's not gonna let his aura drop. In fact, he's got it. Looks like he grabbed it. I can't tell on my screen. Is that a purple? So he's going for Capsule Pop. Oh, pick up that reincarnation, please, please pick up the reincarnation.
Oh man,
Oh my goodness, you're killing me.
it's like
You're
he's
killing me,
taunting
dog.
me.
Dog, you're killing me. I don't know what he's going for. That's
He
too
uses
early.
the Judgment and he's got 8 aura.
Oh, but Silver's down. Oh, Silver's back out.
Yeah. Silver was just attritioning with some pops. They got 4 minutes to finish this off. They should be able to.
Yeah, at this point, like the fact that he's not picking up the reincarnation it's killing me. Like
That's it right there.
They're giving,
I don't even know what he's doing with the Judgment.
I'm blown away because he can. I don't know if he's thinking it's attack strength, but just like honestly, if he would have picked, I think it's kind of a surrender at this point. If he would have picked up that reincarnation, I think they actually could have won it.
Well, that does tie us up with a dirty panorama match.
To be honest, that's kind of a sad panorama match because realistically, Xexus and Zanxus, had they picked up that reincarnation, they were still in it. They actually could have fought and won.
I mean, the odds were definitely against them because they had stat buffs and arsenals designed to work around it, whereas they would have had a bullet of fire and a reincarnation, and that's about it. But still, they would have been able to fight.
Xexus and Zanxus had 2 reincarnations, and they were out, and Xexus was still out fighting both of them for the most part. Like, had Xanxus picked up and been able to join in, it would have got ugly real quick.
Yeah.
Because unless they were gonna have a bunch of glacial walls.
Shoutouts to that clutch bullet of fire that knocked him out of his Mephisto, so he couldn't get the Judgment before the orb was on.
Dude, that's a slops there because he was on the Judgment and he
Did
moved
you see that
too far.
arsenal build? It's like 3 quantums and 2 boost mines.
Yeah,
Wow.
I saw that. Like
that
one
is
of
a lot of level boost.
you can take it's always interesting when they let you see their arsenals as they pick them because you can get an idea of, like I said, you can see the aura counts, you can see the number of skills.
Seeing a lot of 1730s out of Xanxus and Xexus, and that's something we've all postulated on. They always seem to run pretty heavy skill-wise arsenals.
Yeah, the good news is I see a lot of cheap skills though, so the trade-off is actually not too bad in the long run because yes, and maybe sometimes early game, you got to overwrite, but so far Monkey and Silver haven't had a blazing fast start that's been truly scary. I mean,
They're
even
not
like
really
I said,
a team known for that, yeah.
well, there's a lot of teams that just even the maps you can get away with that just because, and plus they're cartwheelers, so they have the built-in defense that way. All right, so we're on to Refinery now.
Yeah.
3
or
or
at the very
a
start. Is he going to pick up his own defense, or is he going to hold? Looks like he's going to
Yeah,
hold.
'cause-
Monkey just used double Mephisto's pack, though.
Yikes! I'm
Looks
pretty
like they're
sure
heading
this
for a
is
vicious
vicious.
balance.
Yep.
They're thinking
And-
it is, too. He's holding on
Yeah.
to aura.
He
He
is holding the aura.
looks like he's not sure what to do right now.
Reduce the aura
I mean,
cost.
that's not a bad move right there.
There's the vicious balance. So.
I mean, the Opti's still down, though, so...
Yeah, so they managed to pretty much negate Monkey and. Ooh,
Monkey's down there getting
Holy crap! He's at
psycho
10
knifed.
already. He's at 10 already. There's a return to nature, but yeah, right now the start still looks like it's not too bad. They managed to wipe out, I think they got 3 shields off that judge, and they didn't lose any of theirs.
It's looking pretty bad for Silver and Monkey.
And right now Xanxus is going for the Esper 51 special.
Yeah, double ice sword.
Ice swords on ice swords on ice swords.
Welcome to the pain train.
Monkey's down to 1 aura, so I don't know if he used. It looks like he used a rebirth to get himself back into vicious range.
You know, when I watch somebody do this and they're holding 2 ice swords, or like when I've done this in the past in an arsenal that I used to have that had 2 of them, it always feels like such a waste. But it's really just so rude because you spend like what, a full minute where you can't pick anything up because you got hit by 5 ice swords. Like
yeah, and it throws off the count. It throws off people's counts too, because I know watching Guinan play, he watches. Ooh, that was a well-timed turbulence. Help clear out the hands more, but yeah, he'll count the number of ice sword uses from other people or lightning swords and similar skills. So you can throw off the count that way and be like, wait, I thought they only had 3 uses left. No, I had more than that one.
Yeah, I mean, you can throw off somebody's count, but it feels like a waste in a way, because Ice Sword is just such a great closer. You know, I don't think there's any skill in the game that closes out as well as Ice Sword does. And to use it early just to harass him off of base, even if you harass him out for a full minute, you know, it's impactful, but it feels like it needed to be kept for later. We'll see if he's able to hold on to this one. I mean, it's already pretty high cost.
Yeah, but he's getting nothing but aura and shields right now. Plus, if they had a more offensive start and had closer spawns, then it would be more impactful because they could have potentially closed it out way quicker. But so far, they've done a great job of negating this vicious balance play. Because
looks like they're scaling up for another one soon.
Oh, they've been trying. Like Monkey rebirthed himself already.
He's running around with Swift Punch and Tiger Strength.
Yeah,
but I think he's going to be looking for that.
Super safe. Oh, he's got to be. I want to believe that the yellow in hand is Mephistos, and he just held off on.
Oop, he fell off.
This is not going good. Like, the bad part is that like,
and there's another fall off.
So he's getting even better mileage off that ice sword than anticipated. But yeah, this is like bad because Xanxus actually neutralized like almost their entire Arsenal game plan right off the bat.
Yeah, if they don't get another vicious soon.
I don't even think it's gonna matter.
Yeah, that's game right there with the 5 damage Willow on the.
Yep, they completely negated the vicious balance play, like the early opti, the turbulence.
Yeah, they played well around it, but I do feel like Monkey, if he'd drawn a second one earlier.
Well, I'm not sure. Well, I'm not sure if he was like I said, I still believe he's holding a Mephisto's pact when that turbulence went off, and if so, that probably hurt because.
Yeah, that might have been a Mephisto's that he lost. You're right.
Yeah. Plus, he could have also timed it. He also could have timed it that the Mephistos was in the process of being used.
Oh, yeah,
that's true too. And got interrupted by the turbulence.
Yeah. Yeah, that's too bad. If they pulled off that second one, I think we had Xexus at 7 aura and Xanxus was at 9. They would have had him back down to 2. That would have been pretty bad for them.
It would have been bad, but it wouldn't have been as bad, all things considered, because Xanxus still had a Willow. I didn't really get a chance to see Xanxus much because he was just out of view. But realistically, Swift Blow and Swift Punch are crappy attacks. Those attacks are garbage.
Well, another thing too. Sorry to interject here because we're just about to go there. One of the things we discussed in the podcast, Poor Choices pointed out that Xanxus and Xexus are undefeated on lane. This is not where you want to make your turnaround here. They're already up 2-1. Lane is by far Xanxus and Xexus' best map statistically right now.
Yeah, I don't know that really matters all that much because realistically the problem so far is that outside of a critical misplay from Xanxus and Panorama, this would have been a 3-0 sweep already. I personally believe it would have been a 3-0 sweep already.
Even if he had picked up the reincarnation, I don't think they win that match. I just think they would have been able to fight.
I think they win that match because I think they outfight Monk. I think they Xexus with just
two skills isn't enough, to put a full bet on. I'm saying they could win.
They were out fighting Monkey and Silver with one person. I hate to say it. They were totally doing it with one person.
Because they were popping.
One was popping at times, but they were still getting beat up. If both of them were doing that, I think they were done for.
This is already looking rough for Monkey. Decoyed and getting rock shotted in his base.
Yeah, but everyone's close and trading blows left and right, so it's a scramble right now.
Silver
so far
Saint
only-
is responding appropriately. That's something that I discussed in the podcast before, is that was a weakness of theirs. They don't always respond as well when one is in trouble. But we're seeing that here.
Yeah, everybody's close. Everybody has a pretty even aura count. As far as skills go, yeah.
Yeah, this
It's
is a
not-
brawl, and right now they're holding their own.
Yeah.
Although,
Not sure.
you gotta say,
I'm
this
not
is
sure.
right where Xanxus and xXS is gonna be.
Yeah, they're in a really good spot. Ooh,
That was good.
Now, see, I'm questioning the shield pickup by Xanxus there earlier, because he has that knife grind, and he knows it's gonna go away. So I'm kind of getting rid of that shield. Like taking 2 shields for no reason seemed like a waste. But
That's a
minor
tendency we're
observation.
seeing out of Xanxus, is overriding skills.
yeah,
Very
and
quickly.
then, in this case, because of the knife grind, which for sure,
That's
interesting.
just a free skill down there. You can't use psychokinesis on lane.
Yeah, that's a good call there. That's fine.
It's a bad call to have brought it in the first place.
Well, I think based on the strength of the other attacks is what it's based on, clearly, because of having what the
He just erased the mini meteor as well.
that I don't get.
Yeah.
No, okay, so I don't know if maybe his A button's broken or
No, I think that's just the Xanxus playstyle. It just fast and loose and overwrite.
and I wonder if did you see I didn't look enough at the list. Did it have any like Excalibur or anything? Maybe he's digging for that.
I haven't seen bravery or anything. I don't know what he's headed towards. He's got
Yeah.
the freeze gas right now.
Yeah.
I don't know, I'm not a real fan of freeze gas. You know, if you're going to use something, use Vapor Cloud, or if you want something just to mess with them in base,
Well,
might as well
well-
go with the sensor mine.
Well, freeze gas, I don't know, I was kind of rethinking this the other day, because freeze gas, it actually puts them in frozen state for a while, which, like, for a partner pickup is actually more devastating than a vapor cloud, because, oh cool, you hit them once, you don't kill them, you're almost giving them a free pickup. Whereas freeze gas, cool, I hit them down, they're still frozen, they still gotta deal with it, so it's not, I don't know. Personally, the mines are kind of questionable on hit anyways, just because it's relatively easy to dodge. But, I don't know, I think freeze gas isn't as bad as people make it out to be, but still.
I've moved away from it a bit since, but I have to say I really fell in love with Sensor Mine after playing with Nathan. That guy puts mines in the dirtiest places, and for a long time I was really hard on that train myself.
It's, when it works great.
Oh.
It's kind of like playing Dance of Death. When it hits, you're in awe because you're doing 10 to 14 damage. Otherwise you're like, wow, this skill sucks. Speaking
he
of
got
sucks,
hit by his own freeze gas.
gas. And see, this is where I'm talking about seeing that advantage of freeze gas, even though it's against themselves. Look, he impacted himself for what, 10 seconds there? Enough for 2 hits. If that was a partner pickup, that would have been ugly to me.
I mean, that was a partner pickup.
Yeah, for the most part. So yeah, like I don't know. I definitely don't want to like rule out freeze gas.
That was a really nice jump by Monkey.
Yeah, perfectly timed to
Second burst.
avoid. Yeah, the turbulence helped though.
Well, no, I meant he heard the turbulence and jumped so he couldn't get
Yeah.
comboed, and that was
Yeah.
solid play right there.
Yeah. This is not looking.
It's got the shatter, but I mean both of their arsenals are healthy right now. There's not a whole lot of damage to be done with the shatter. Especially
Yeah,
when
they're-
you're that low.
Yeah, they're just not getting enough. Yeah, so far Zanxus is just taking a lot of beating, and that freeze gas bends him up.
Also, we've seen him overwrite 2 defenses and lose another. This is his 4th.
He's
And as a
overrode
cartwheeler, I really don't expect him to have any more defenses.
Well, you see in his arsenals, he packs like 7 attacks, 4 defenses is pretty normal for his builds. So he may have 1 more in there, but there's a lot of overriding this match. And I'm like, why? Like, there's a couple times when he's clearly had an open spot in his hand, and I don't know if just the A button's messing up or just isn't feeling right. But he overwrote like 3 or 4 skills when he
I
had
mean,
an
I'll be
open spot.
interested to ask him, but I'm still of the opinion. I think he's just playing fast and loose.
I'm pretty sure that's what it is literally just whatever hit button, you know. Oop.
Oh, that Judge of Aries could be bad when they're already at low health, but Monkey and Silver are too.
Yeah, it's a pretty even matchup. We got one semi-healthy partner and one on the verge of death. Ooh, now we got two.
Are we going to game 5? Can Monkey and Silver Saint? Ooh, that's gonna hit.
Yeah,
There
it's
we
totally
are.
good. Oh,
But now they got the health advantage. That was honestly not a good choice.
And look, your favorite skill's in play now. We got a Sensor Mine in the hand of Xanxus. Still holding the shatter, still...
I gotta, you know, I like the Sensor Mine better than Freeze Gas, although I'll admit you make fine points about Freeze Gas's potential. But
it's only potential.
Well, also, I don't like them both together. Pick one.
I just... Honestly, there's only so much space I would devote to a mine because realistically, a person will show you within 20 seconds of seeing it if they can deal with it or not. And if they can, then it's a dead skill in your arsenal. It's completely
Yeah,
dead.
that's what I'm saying. And, you know, I don't like having both. You gotta go with one.
In most cases, I'm fine leaving both at home. Oh goodness. So still, oh nope. Now the fun part of
Xanxus
lane.
just broke that flash hole up there. So Monkey
Yeah.
is now defenseless against the reincarnation and rock shot.
I don't see any defenses on anybody's side right now.
Sounds like Xanxus is going in with a lightning sword, but Monkey's catching him with the willow.
Yeah, I think everyone's got their asses in the wind right now because I don't see a single blue in hand. It's like
Monkey.
reds and purples like all around.
Can Silver make the pickup? There, yep, he's got it. He's got it. Nice and clean.
Yeah,
Advantage
that was
back to Monkey and Silver.
a minor advantage. And now we are super even, like the most even we've probably been in any of these matches.
Lucky 7. Somebody ought to be hitting the table.
Yep. Well, Monkey just got hit by a table.
No, he dropped the psychokinesis. Oh, that was a dirty.
Ooh.
Oh, that's heartbreaking right there.
Wow.
That was a good match. I enjoyed
Yeah, it
that.
was.
Yeah, I guess that's our last one there.
Yeah.
Xanxus and Xexus take the series 3-1 after a lightning match
Good
there on
guys.
lane. Guess we'll listen in.
Man,
on
we
their
would
commentary
have got
at
you
the
when you had that one health and you were frozen.
I know. I've been like, what the fuck? I'm like, I don't know how I could.
Oh, they are talking.
Yeah, that was really clutch right there when he managed to get him with the one health.
We were
but-
trying. We were spamming.
Yeah,
I mean, that was also kind of his own poor design there. He ran into his own mine.
that was a poor choice.
Hey, we took one
Da-da-da.
at Panorama. By
Well, okay,
hanging,
I guess
so-
since he's not here, we got to vote on the poorest choice of the match then. Was it running into your own freeze gas or not picking up the reincarnation on Panorama?
Holy shit, that's a tie for me because they were both equally bad. Like I will say that I will stand by my opinion that Xexus and Zanxus could have cleanly won Panorama had they had the reincarnation been able to
they
double
have
up on
a
the
chance
offense.
to win, but I don't call it a clean win by any measure. They still would have only had 2 attacks and 1 shield.
They didn't need any other attacks. They literally had the best attack period right there. I didn't see a single glacial wall out of Monkey or Silver in that match. They were going to get beat on.
No, I saw a glacial wall out of him. I'm pretty sure they
But-
froze him at one point.
But at any point, had Xanxus been able to join in on the offense, I think they would have been able to out-offense Monkey and Silver in that match cleanly, especially because,
I didn't even see a reincarnation out of his Xexus. I'm pretty sure it was just a bullet of fire.
no, he had a reincarnation too.
Okay. I mean, it puts them in the game if he picks up the reincarnation, but I still don't favor them to win it with just 2 reincarnations.
I honestly do, because realistically, against any hang arsenal that isn't chaos, if you have a reincarnation, your chances go up. And if you play like Xexus and Zanxus do offensively, your chances jump to like 75%.
Well, I mean, Monkey and Silver Saint probably have a reincarnation dug in there somewhere. We didn't see them
Oh,
go
they
very
did.
deep.
They had one of their own, but it's just Monkey's a jumper, and in a close range map like that, it gets a lot harder to deal with.
I mean, Monkey also had shields he could use as well. I guarantee there's a flash hole in there, and he was running friendship, so there's probably also a glacial wall.
You would have hoped, but I think they
Or, excuse me,
would
a
have
dark
taken
hole.
it.
Can't run flash hole. Would have been a dark hole.
Yeah, I still think Xexus and Xanxus, had they picked up the reincarnation, would have won that match. But hey, it gave us two other great games to watch instead.
Yeah, yeah, no, it was a lot of fun. I think my favorite had to be the lane match. The lane match was really back and forth, had a lot of fun moments there, got really tense, good pickups, a lot of good skills in this matchup. It was closer than I think people would have expected in the first place versus the eighth place matchup. And props go out to Monkey and Silver Saint for putting up a good fight, but Xexus and Zanxus played that cleanly enough they were able to sweep.
Yeah, they did. Although I gotta rib Xanxus a little bit more because some of his play during this series, despite the fact that he won, I mean, you can't dig him too hard. But what the hell, dude?
Yeah, we do see weaknesses in their playstyle, and it's a little bit more visible now watching it from their perspective. These guys came in first seed. They're definitely a good team, but you can see where the holes are in the gameplay. They run pretty fast and loose. They run really heavy arsenals, a lot of 16s and 17s, low R accounts.
A lot of 17. 16's not so bad, but 17, that's where I get a little bit worried. However, on the flip side though, they show that they are a lot more resilient against strategies such as memory lapses and hang arsenals than would appear to be.
Yeah,
And that's
I'm really surprised Monkey didn't get off his hang. Like, even if you gotta just hanging it there when the bridge is intact, it's child's play. Even if you gotta go flame sword it or something, like,
well,
I'm
I'm
really
on,
surprised
well,
they didn't get that off because it seemed like Silver Saint had attacks.
or even just go to the box on the other stairwell or try to jump onto one of the
He was
lampposts,
basically just running around in circles. Yeah.
Yeah, because like there was not a lot of super early pressure. Like that was a very slow start for everyone, all things considered, and it just didn't come together. Um, oh well, they're still in the losers. They're still in the losers bracket. They still have a chance to crawl their way back. Although I think it adds another 3 games now by going through the losers bracket now that they have to win.
Yeah, whoever makes it through as the top seed all the way through the winners bracket will get like a free win. So you would have to beat them twice because you have to
Yeah.
lose twice to be out. So you have to
Yep.
beat them and then
That's
beat them in another best of 5 afterwards.
Yeah, you have to do a double, something I'm very familiar with fighting
So
game tournaments. So, yeah, that's a long road to go, and that's still. I mean, look at all the teams that are left. I mean, obviously your matchup is going to be versus Mastodon and Guinan. Uh, Doom plays against
Ghost and
Multitude and Ghost
Multitude.
Suite. Yeah, so whoever is joining them down there is not going to be any easier than this matchup.
Yeah, honestly, whoever comes down afterwards, not going to be fun to face for them. Your matchup, I think they already lost to Mimic and Mesrath too, so they've already lost to that
It
team.
was a
They've lost
Yeah, it
to
was a
me
close
as
one.
well. I don't think there's a whole lot of people they're looking forward to facing down there in the losers bracket.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think they can do it. They were really close. I don't know. Like, it definitely comes down. I definitely think it comes down to just some luck a little bit. Had they had a little bit more luck in some of those matches, they would have had it.
Yeah, it's true. Well, I think that wraps us up. Thanks everyone for tuning in. We're going to be putting out more of these, and we'll also be doing this for the 1v1 tournament whenever it starts up as well. I'll be able to spectate the matches and do it a little bit more directly that time. And thanks again. Tune in next time.